Welcome to this learning pill. For the next few minutes, you will see a presentation about collaborative governance models, destinations management systems, and destinations management, Part 2.
Hello, my name is Mari Carmen Perez. I am a professor in the Department of Accounting and Finance at the University of Granada. I am member of the project SUSTU. I teach and research about sustainability and management in the tourism sector. So I participate in activities related with sustainable development of destination, evaluation of impacts, and collaboration of institutions.
In this video, we'll cover several key topics related to tourism satellite accounts, TSA. First, we'll start with an overview of what TSA is and why it's essential for understanding tourism's economic impact. Next, we'll discuss the implementation and harmonization of TSA, focusing on efforts to standardize data across regions. Following this, we'll look at the specific methodology used in TSA to ensure reliable and consistent reporting. We'll then review the latest TSA report in Europe, specifically the 2023 edition, which provides valuable insights and data. This leads us to examine evidence of tourism's economic impact within Europe, highlighting key findings. Finally, we'll wrap up with some conclusions to summarize the main takeaways. To measure the overall contribution of tourism to the economy, a harmonized system known as the Tourism Satellite Accounts, TSA, has been developed by several international organizations, including the World Tourism Organization, UNWTO, the United Nations Statistics Division, UNSD, the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD, and the Statistical Office of the European Union, Eurostat. The TSA system uses the same concepts, definitions, and classifications as national accounts, making it the internationally recognized framework for assessing the economic impact of tourism. Unlike traditional tourism statistics, TSA provides a more comprehensive understanding of how much tourism contributes to a country's economy. In recent years, the implementation and harmonization of tourism satellite accounts, TSA, have become increasingly important. One key reason is that TSA can play a crucial role in measuring the economic and environmental sustainability of tourism. Additionally, TSA data can contribute to monitoring Sustainable Development Goal, SDG, for example Indicator 8.9.1, which tracks tourism direct GDP as a proportion of total GDP and its growth rate. This indicator is part of SDG Goal 8.9, which aims to devise and implement policies to promote sustainable tourism that creates jobs and promotes local culture and products by 2030. Thus, TSA not only helps assess the economic impact of tourism, but also supports efforts to ensure its sustainability. The information used to carry out the TSA consists of data of various types collected in the 10 tables shown on the slide. Each of the tables compiles a series of related data. The first table includes information on the tourism consumption of foreign tourists, broken down by products and visitor categories. The second table presents data on domestic tourism consumption, also segmented by product type and visitor profile. In the third table, there are details on the tourism consumption of residents from the analyzed country who travel abroad, categorized by product and tourist type. The fourth table shows domestic tourism consumption by products and types of tourism. The fifth table provides data on the production accounts of tourism and other industries. In the sixth table, information regarding tourism's gross value added, GVA, and tourism GDP is available. Employment data for tourism industries can be found in the seventh table. The eighth table provides data on tourism's gross fixed capital formation. The ninth table presents information on collective tourism consumption. Finally, the 10th table includes non-monetary indicators, such as the number of trips broken down by tourist type. Next, in this presentation, we will refer to the 2023 edition of the TSA report in Europe. The objective of this report is twofold. First, to assess the current state of TSA implementation across Europe, and second, to compile a targeted set of TSA indicators that enable an analysis of European tourism within a macroeconomic framework. This approach provides a clearer understanding of how tourism contributes to the broader economy in Europe, facilitating better informed decisions and strategic planning at both national and regional levels. For the preparation of the 2023 edition of the TSA, data provided by 27 countries were considered, 23 member states, 3 European Free Trade Area, and 1 candidate country. Based on the data provided in the 10 tables, the analysis is organized into 4 main sections. It's important to note that not all countries have provided data for all 10 tables, so some countries were not included in certain parts of the analysis. The first 4 TSA tables focus on demand-side data, specifically on visitor expenditures both before and during their trip, as well as overall tourism consumption. This segmentation allows us to assess tourism demand comprehensively and understand spending patterns by visitors. On the supply side, production accounts of tourism and other industries enabled a calculation of the product-specific tourism ratio in supply as well as the aggregates tourism value added and tourism gross domestic product, forming the basis of the TSA system. The TSA also analyzes tourism gross fixed capital formation and collective consumption, which help assess long-term investments and public spending in the tourism sector. Finally, we will explore non-monetary data, which plays a crucial role in providing a more comprehensive understanding and proper interpretation of the monetary information. Non-monetary data allow for further analysis and enable proper interpretation of the monetary information. These data are analyzed to inform decisions such as spending on the promotion of a destination or investment in visitor facilities and tourism-related infrastructure. Other uses of CST data include evaluating the effects of public policies on tourism demand and supply, measuring the return on investment in tourism development, and drawing conclusions about the characteristics of visitors. This analysis provides valuable insights for shaping effective tourism strategies and enhancing the overall tourism experience. This figure shows inbound tourism expenditure in the country visited. Spain recorded the highest value, €82.7 billion, or 19% of the EU total inbound tourism expenditure. France came second, €65.4 billion, followed by Italy, €55.4 billion, Germany, €46.9 billion, and the Netherlands, €34.7 billion. These 5 countries accounted for nearly 2/3, 65%, of total inbound tourism expenditure in the EU. The figure shows that the EU share of overnight visitors stands at 69%. It is clear that, in most countries, overnight visitors are more significant than same-day visitors. For instance, in Bulgaria and Italy, overnight visitors make up nearly 90% of the total, highlighting the greater importance of longer stays compared to day trips in these countries. However, same-day domestic trips were more significant than overnight trips for Slovenia, 51%, as compared to 49% for overnight tourists. Outbound tourism expenditure in the EU is estimated to be €364 billion. At the EU level, 6.4% of this expenditure comes from same-day visitors, while 93.6% is spent by overnight visitors, those who spend at least one night away from home during their outbound trips. In 8 countries, over 90% of outbound tourism expenditure is attributed to overnight visitors. The country with the lowest percentage is Hungary, where overnight visitors account for 77% of outbound tourism expenditure. Internal tourism consumption, which includes inbound tourism expenditure, domestic tourism expenditure, and other components such as imputed rent for second homes, in the EU exceeds €1,200 billion. Germany accounts for the highest share, representing 26% of the total internal tourism consumption in the EU, followed by France, Italy, and Spain. This reflects the significant role that these countries play in driving internal tourism activity within the region. Jointly, these 4 countries accounted for 2/3, 66.7%, of the EU total internal tourism consumption. To put tourism consumption in a country into perspective, inbound as well as domestic components, figure shows the internal tourism consumption in relation to the population of the country. Per capita internal tourism consumption in the European Union was estimated at €2.794 per inhabitant. At country level, Luxembourg, the Netherlands, and Austria were on top. The tourism share in total gross value added represents the contribution of the tourism sector to the overall economic output of a country or region. As regards the ratio of tourism direct gross value added to total gross value added in the economy, see figure, Croatia recorded the highest figure, 11.3%, followed by Portugal, 8.1%, Spain, 6.9%, and Italy, 6.2%. The average for the EU was estimated at 4.5%. Employment is a key variable in the economic analysis of productive activities, and employment in tourism refers to the number of jobs in both tourism and non-tourism industries directly connected to tourism. This includes self-employed individuals, employees, and family workers. However, the available data is highly fragmented, which prevents the calculation of EU-level figures. For example, in Italy, tourism industries generated 4.5 million jobs, equivalent to 3.4 million full-time positions. Following Italy, Spain has generated over 2.6 million jobs in tourism. In summary, the Tourism Satellite Accounts (TSA) provide a standardized framework to measure the economic impact of tourism, offering a consistent and reliable benchmark for countries. Within the EU, Germany, France, Italy, and Spain emerge as the top contributors to internal tourism spending, underscoring their vital roles in the tourism economy. Tourism's impact is evident not only in its high share of gross value added, GVA, but also in job creation, particularly in countries like Italy and Spain. Overall, TSA data supports informed decision-making by guiding sustainable tourism policies, investment in infrastructure, and other strategic priorities. These are the references used for preparing this pill. Thank you for watching this video. Stay tuned for the next one.